Indian classical music, I think, is such a powerful wealth we have in our country that I don't think I would like to call representatives of this field musicians, but they're actually custodians of a very old belief, of a very old teaching called Indian classical music. So that's why when I was growing up and when you are at that age, you're pretty much trying to be in between two worlds. I mean, here, things were moving at a certain pace because, like I said, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. But again, to leave all of that and come back home और उसी साधना में बैठना कि हर सुर सही लगे, हर चीज़ एक सही तरीके से हो, हमारे लिए it's almost like meditation. हम इबादत करते हैं, प्रार्थना करते हैं, लेकिन उन दोनों वर्ल्ड्स को निभाना it was not easy because I had a very normal childhood also. I was going out for parties, I was going out for all the fun things, but I was very aware that if I have a concert coming up, how to balance my life. I had to even give exams sometimes while I was performing. I remember when I was giving my board exams in class 12, and there was this concert that came up, which was a very, very important performance. And my father said, I would like you to do this. And I was 17 that time. So I didn't know how I was going to do it because उस ज़माने में there was something called pre-boards. I don't know if they're still there now, but that used to happen in Jan. But I don't know, I'm somehow some universal power allowed me to do it, and I managed. But today when I look back, I don't know how I did it. It's not easy. But having said that, there are so many talented people. आज आप टीवी देखिए, कहीं भी YouTube में जाइए, इतना टैलेंट दिखता है, इतने कम उम्र के बच्चे इतना अच्छा गाना बजाना कर रहे हैं. तो I think अभी टैलेंट की कोई कमी है ही नहीं और सब लोग स्कूल जाते हुए ही काम कर रहे हैं. तो I think अगर पैशन है, अगर शौक है, अगर हुनर है और अगर मेहनत करी है आपने, तो आई थिंक आप अपनी मंजिल तक पहुंच सकते हैं. लेकिन मेरे केस में आई वाज नो चाइल्ड प्रोडिजी. मुझे मेहनत करनी पड़ी. आई वाज वेरी ब्लेस्ड, लाइक आई सेड, टू बी बोर्न in a home because of what I got a lot of opportunities. But beyond that, you have to drive your own car. So that's how it is. It was not easy to balance music and studies in school. It was quite an effort. लेकिन वो हो गया किसी तरीके से. I don't know कैसे हुआ, लेकिन from what I remember, that school of course was very, very an important aspect of my growing up, and thanks to my mother, because I think we get away with requesting our fathers for things. But Ma was extremely clear that we have to do well in school or at least be decent enough in studies. लेकिन उसके साथ साथ I think from the time when I was in nursery class 1 itself, what used to happen that I think school used to get over by 1:30 और हम लोग आते थे वापस, and 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock was the time that we used to go to the music room. I think 4 to 5 I used to go. उस ज़माने में we never used to have all these tabla machines and eye tablas and eye tanpuras. These things were not there. So a gentleman who had a lot of patience and tolerance was asked to come and sit with us, and he used to play tabla, and we used to practice. Sometimes it was, at that age, it was not just practice. There was powder in his head. We were troubling him a lot. All those things were happening as well. But powder, because table mein powder डाल के बजाते हैं, so his things we would just disrupt. But I think as we grew older, the timings remained the same. We tried to finish some studies the moment we were back, then actually practice from 4 to 5, or 4 to 6, and then sit down and study perhaps till dinner time. And I don't know, in that time when we went to play, that also used to happen. So कैसे हुआ, frankly I don't know, but I think अगर आप decide करते हैं कि करना है तो वो हो ही जाती है चीज़ ज़िंदगी में. लेकिन there were times when it was difficult. It was difficult because I mean, we started performing these very, I mean, thanks, I was very blessed to, because of my father, playing at these very, very important music festivals and concert halls. और वो I think by then I was in senior school, but and one had to deliver on stage. I mean, there were no excuses. Lekin somehow I managed, and like I said, there was support from some teachers, and some teachers thought ये नालायक बच्चा है. So those things happened. लेकिन like I said, अगर ज़िंदगी में you decide to do something, I think you find ways to do it. I don't think anything can hold you back, but you have to be passion driven. You have to, no one can guide you beyond a point. I mean, if my father was teaching me, after that I knew what I have to work on. I mean, there were times I would play till very late at night, and I had school the next day. But if there was a concert coming up, I would play till maybe 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. at night. So ये जो responsibilities आपको महसूस करनी पड़ती है, these are inbuilt. I don't think this can be forced. तो इसलिए with routine, I think each to his own. लेकिन in my case, it was not easy to balance it, but somehow I managed.